Hello friends and welcome to my channel. This is Terry with Terry's Mailbox and I'm presenting today for the Funky Junkie Boutique. The current challenge is to recycle something. So I created this keepsake box using an old cigar box. So again, not advocating smoking by any means, but there are boxes to be had. So here's the box I used. I like the shape of it. The sides are kind of rounded, so I took sandpaper and just sanded off some of the varnish so that I would have better tooth for the acrylic paint to stick to. So again, I pulled out some aqua. This is Ranger Adirondack paint. So again, I'm kind of slapping that on my craft mat and grabbing a paintbrush. And then what I did first was I painted all four of the sides, and once the sides were done, I'll lay it down and then finish up with the top section. I did need to paint this thing twice so that I had really good coverage on it. So again, I'm just kind of painting away here, working hard, trying to get that base layer in here. And so here I am just kind of finishing up on the top. And again, as I said, I did put two coats of paint on the box. So once it's dry, here is what I have. I did not paint the inside at all. I only painted the outside. And you can see that, here's the inside. I'm going to leave the bottom plain and add a piece of Tim Holtz paper to the top. So I'm going to use that simple plaid die. It's one of the newer dies. So again, I cut it 4 times out of heavyweight cardstock, white heavyweight cardstock, and I also cut the perspective butterfly twice using the same cardstock. Again, I want it to have some depth or strength to it. And then I'm going to use the Bloom Colorize in purple, of course, my favorite color, to decorate the top of the box. So here I've got that perspective butterfly, and I pulled out my ink colors. I'm using Wilted Violet, Salvage Patina, and Shaded Lilac. So again, I'll start with the patina in the middle, and then move on to the Shaded Lilac, and then finish with the Wilted Violet along the edges. So again, I really like this color combination. I'm a cool colors girl, you may know if you listen to me often. But again, I really like these colors. So again, we're going to go ahead and just finishing blending, making sure that I've got good depth of color everywhere. And I'm not worried about the body of the butterfly because I'm going to cut that out of black cardstock. So again, I'm just going to kind of finish up adding all the colors. I'll go back and add a little bit of that patina there in the middle to really brighten that up. There you go, and that's how that's going to look on the box. I like this look. So I cut 2 of the bodies out of black cardstock. Again, because the body is not a separate piece, I did have to trim around it to get the shape of the body that I wanted. So again, I'll go ahead and glue those 2 together and then apply them to the front of the butterfly. So here I've got 2 layers of the butterfly, and I'm just glued them all together just to give them some strength. And then I'll go ahead and apply glue to the back of the butterfly body. So I've got 2 layers there as well. I just think it gives it a little dimension and just makes it look a little more, what do I want to say? It's just, I just like it better. So, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then I'll go ahead and apply the body to the butterfly base. So we're just gluing it on here. Making sure it's all tight and together. So there's my butterfly. Next thing I did was ink schmooshed a bunch of different pieces because again, I wanted to cut that Bloom Colorize out of ink schmooshed pieces that coordinated color-wise. So again, I'm going back to that Wilted Violet and Shaded Lilac, really loving those purple colors. And again, I'm focusing on the right-hand side with this piece because I wanted part light and part dark to cut the different parts of the petals out of. And so here's the pieces that I created. I've got the peeled paint and the mustard seed, and then of course the purples. to use to cut out the flower blooms. So again, I've got all the pieces laid out there, so I'm going to grab my the ink pads again, and I'm going to go ahead and add some more color. You know, again, if it's not quite to your liking, you can always add color. You can add some more water. You can do all kinds of things with Distress ink because it is water reactive. So then I'm going to grab my little sidekick, which is perfect size for cutting these flowers out. And obviously I just had a little trouble getting it going there, but once it started rolling, it was fine. So again, we'll go ahead and just, you know, cut out multiple pieces, just really to create all of those blooms. And again, I'm really shooting for 3 blooms and a bunch of leaves on the front or the top of the box. So again, these are all the blooms that I've created. They're all glued together. You know, again, you just follow the pictures, and it really does help quite a bit. So again, I'm gonna add the blooms. So I'm kind of playing with it here. I started with them in the bottom, but then I decided to move them. The next thing I did was I grabbed my Distress Resist spray, and again, it kind of adds some depth to it and some strength to it and a little bit of glossiness too, so I knew that would help me hold the butterfly together. So the next thing I'm doing is just trimming off the edges from that simple plaid die cut. So again, just making sure I don't have any extra things there. So I'll go ahead and trim all of those out because I want it to sort of look like it's on there one continuous piece. It really isn't. I managed to get them to match up pretty well by turning and twisting and turning them over, so that I had like the multiple stripes all together, and the open spaces were together. So again, just still trimming the extra pieces off here. So once I did that with all 4, then I trimmed down the couple smaller ones. But you can see here I can almost create a contiguous pattern there. So again, I'll go ahead and pull out my collage medium, my handy dandy collage medium, and I'll go ahead and cover the entire top with that. And then I'll start adding the pieces. And again, once it's dry, I trimmed them off with my Tim Holtz scissors. So again, you can see it almost matches. It's kind of amazing here, really. It's, you know, very, very close. And again, the butterfly and the flowers are going to go on top, so it truly doesn't matter. Go ahead and add some more collage medium onto the top to make sure that it's well adhered. Just really just gluing away here. You want to make sure that you've got all the pieces down, and especially the edges, because when you go to trim it off, you don't want anything hanging off. So once that's done, it's time to assemble. So here I'm kind of playing with it. I was trying to figure out where I wanted the butterfly and where I wanted the flowers, but in the end I decided the flowers went in the upper right-hand corner and the butterfly was going in the lower left. So I've also got all those cool leaves and everything. Like lots of greenery with my flowers, and I like to really add the layers to it just gives it so much dimension. So I'm still playing here, kind of arranging, trying to decide, and then once I kind of figured it out, then I'll go ahead and attach that butterfly. So I did the butterfly by just using collage medium on the body because I wanted to curve the wings up. So this isn't a box that you lay stuff on top of. This is a box you lay out for display. So I've got an acrylic block on there just to add a little bit of weight. And then I started by gluing the top right bloom there. That I thought it was important to start with because, again, I don't want the leaves or any of the images hanging over the edge because they'll get folded and bent and cut and torn off. So again, I wanted everything to fit within the top of the cigar box. So here I am just kind of gluing and playing. Still trying to, figure out the best arrangements. And like I said, I like to use lots of greenery when I'm doing floral images. So again, you can see here I'm adding all kinds of greenery here. I was real happy with the way this project turned out, but then again, these are my favorite colors, and I love this perspective butterfly die. So we'll get that second bloom in there. And then I decided to pop that other bloom up. Again, always looking for dimension and texture. So we'll go ahead, once I get all the leaves on here, I'll go ahead and add some foam tape to the back of that one. Obviously, I'm still playing with the second bloom here. So once I've got them all together there, I'm going to go ahead and slap some foam tape on the back of that last bloom so that it has a little bit of dimension. Sorry, I'm going in and out of camera. So we'll pull the backing off the foam tape, and then we'll go ahead and attach that one there to cover up the end of those leaves. And so I still have some space there in the lower right-hand side. Guess what I'm going to put there? I'm going to put a sentiment there. So right now I'll go ahead and show you the inside. Isn't that paper gorgeous? I love the colors, kind of with the pink and purple and the blue. I thought it matched the box perfectly. So I cut the word create using the shaded script, or shadow script number 1. So I've got 3 layers on the shadow, and then I've also got 3 layers here on the actual word. And what I did was hit it with the embossing dauber, and then I've got the wilted violet embossing glaze here. So we'll just go ahead and heat it up and make sure it melts completely. And see, there I am kind of fluffing those leaves up. Like I say, that resist spray really helps to give it some strength so that it's easy to fold and create. So again, I'm going to go ahead and add the create to the top. And so we're going to use my collage medium again and make sure that I've got it all covered. And then we'll go ahead and add that on the shadow, and then I'll go ahead and put that on the lower right-hand corner. And remember, I've got three layers on each one of these, so it really does pop up quite a bit. It looks pretty substantial, and it's nice and glossy. I like the fact that it's nice and glossy. So here I am, just kind of adding the collage medium on the back, and we'll go ahead and put that on the lower right-hand corner, and then we'll just let that dry. Like I say, the challenge is to create something out of something that might be thrown out. So again, this is just a cigar box with all these beautiful, beautiful colors and flowers on it. Again, it's Terry with Terry's Mailbox. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Blogger, and YouTube. I'd love to have you come and subscribe to any or all of my feeds. Have a great day.